In our earlier video, we talked about the 25th Amendment, and we spent some time talking about Section 4 of the 25th Amendment. There's one more detail that I think is really interesting about that, and I wanted to follow it up based on some of the discussion that's been had about the 25th Amendment. Something unusual about the 25th Amendment is that it actually places a higher bar on Congress in removing the president from office temporarily than it does for them to impeach him. The impeachment provisions of the Constitution require only a majority vote of the House of Representatives and then a 2/3 vote of the Senate to remove the president, and that can be initiated by Congress by itself. So more than half of Congress and 2/3 of the Senate to remove him. The 25th Amendment, Section 4, to remove a president temporarily, to say he's unable for any reason, whether he's emotionally or mentally compromised because of the kidnapping of a family member, because he's in a coma from being injured or shot, because he is mentally unstable or unfit for some reason, if it's something where they're going to temporarily remove him or indefinitely remove him, but he could come back as president in the future within that term, it's actually a higher bar. It requires the vice president, majority of the cabinet or other body that Congress designates. It requires 2/3 of the Congress and 2/3 of the Senate, and it puts it all within this time frame of roughly 21 days once the Congress starts deliberating 21 days. So removing a president through the 25th Amendment is actually much harder than it is to do through impeachment. So what's the difference? The main difference is that the 25th Amendment allows you to temporarily remove the president, as where impeachment is permanent. And impeachment requires, at least in theory, a high crime or misdemeanor. Some sort of criminal act is at least supposed to happen before you can impeach the president. And of course, the 25th Amendment is sort of a morally neutral amendment. It may be that the president, through no fault of his own, is unable to discharge the duties of his office. Nonetheless, the framers of the 25th Amendment really wanted to make sure there was a high bar on executing this power. And you might say, well, why is it easier to remove a president just temporarily than permanently? And part of the reason is they were really concerned it would be almost too tempting to just remove a president for a little while rather than impeaching him completely. Right or wrong, that's the reasoning behind that unusual part of the amendment.